Hi, I'm just with Canine Perspective, and this video is going to be a quick little tutorial on handling your leash or your long dog training leash when we do the recall exercises, okay? So the recall command is probably the most coordination heavy command that I teach. And here, I'm going to come in close for this part, is with holding your leash. We tend to want to hold it like this, okay? So if the dog's at the end of the leash and I'm all the way at the end and the dog starts to run, you're not going to have any grip and this leash is going to feed through, which is then going to cause rope burn, okay? And I've had this happen to clients. That's why I stress this so much, okay? So when you're doing the recall, what I do is lock the leash, okay? So if we take our leash and you put it around your pointer finger there, you're going to clasp your hand around it, just like that, okay? So you have a leash on either side of your pointer, leash going on either side of your pointer finger here, right? And you're just going to close. And this locks your leash. So even if your dog takes off, you don't have to have a strong grip, just a good grip, it'll catch and it won't feed through. So this way you don't get rope burn, okay? So the other way you can also lock it is if you wrap it around your thumb and you would clasp your hand around the leash. So we got the leash on either side of my thumb here. I'm going to just clasp my hand completely around, and this also locks your leash, okay? A lot of trainers already do this, and some people do it with the handle. Right, so if you grab the handle, you take that loop, and you feed your thumb through that loop, and you clasp it. That keeps your leash locked. So then when you're walking with your dog, like this, if something happens and your dog takes off, the dog's not going to pull the leash through your thumb, right? So that loop really makes it handy. I know some people hold their leash like this. If you do this, that happens, okay? So when you lock it, I always get in a habit of always doing this. I know if anything happens, worst case scenario, I'm going to get jerked a little bit, okay? But the dog's not going to rip the leash out of my hand. So when we're tying this in with the recall, if I have the dog all the way at the other end of the leash, what I do is when I'm working with the dog, lead them to come to me, as they're moving towards me, I like to take the leash and feed it through my hand to shorten it as the dog's getting closer. And then, let's say the dog arrives, there's still about 15 feet of slack. The dog arrives, I would automatically lock my leash in my hand, okay? So if you're doing it open palm and you're feeding your leash through, you simply wrap it around your finger like that. And now it's locked, okay? So the reason for this is if I'm practicing recall and a dog comes towards me and I didn't get a chance to reel in all the leash, I'll lock it because sometimes maybe another dog walks by and then this dog takes off, so I don't have 15 feet of leash feeding through my hand, causing, again, rope burn, okay? So it takes a little bit of coordination. So again, if I'm feeding that leash through, I'm simply just whipping my hand around and locking it. That's why I prefer to do the open palm, and I'll simply, with my other hand, feed it through, and when I'm ready, I just turn my hand around and I lock it as force of habit every single time. When I decide, okay, I'm not going to reel in any more leash, I go in and lock it just in case something happens, okay? So you always want to make that a automatic habit for yourself, so that this way you prevent any rope burn from happening should your dog make a mistake, okay? So the only time I lock the leash from the handle is if I'm giving the dog free rein of the leash, and this is a 30-foot leash here. It's 30 feet. So if I give the dog free rein, I'll hold on to the handle like this. So I know, again, that the dog cannot pull this out of my hand, because if I'm at the end of the leash holding it like this and the dog takes off after a squirrel and this happens, now you have to catch up to your dog, okay? So we're just keeping it locked. I can let the dog have its fun, and then if I decide now I'm going to do a recall, I'll unlock it, go back, I'll go to this hole here and feed it through, and then lock it when I need to, and then feed it through, and lock it when I need to, feed it through, and then lock it. Okay, so real simple thing. Again, you're just taking the leash and you're just draping it over your pointer finger and just clasping your hand around it. Okay, you can also do it with your thumb, just clasping your hand around it. Okay, I've never seen anybody use it with their middle finger, but I suppose if you did this, you're also locking it. I would just keep it to the pointer or to your thumb. Okay, just like that. And I do this both with the recall training, and I also do it with just standard leash walking. So that this way, again, if something catches the dog's attention and they were to happen to lunge, if I'm caught off guard or something like that, I'm not worried about them getting away. My leash is locked, and they're not getting anywhere. Okay? So I'm just with Canine Perspective. Thank you for watching. Until next time.